Broadcast is live.
Start.
Start. Okay. Namaskar to all. This is Acharya Mohankrishna Brc. Today, I have got the privilege to talk to you and obviously say something about the life of a monk. How can anybody in this world can be a monk, an ideal monk rather, I can say that. And with this life of monkhood, of this with this life of renunciation, how can we serve our greater family, our extended family, the whole world, the whole society, along with human beings, the environment, along with human beings, we consider, as we consider in Andomark, our extended family, our environment, the other animals, insects, birds, amphibians, reptiles, plants, and etc. etc. As we know that in Anandamark, we not only talk about humanity, we talk about new humanism. That is, we don't not only talk about human beings, we talk about every animate and inanimate object in this world. We talk about taking care of them, nurturing them, and enhancing their capabilities, their potentialities. So, if you want to help someone, if you want to do good to the society, good to the world, and in a very greater sense, good to the total universe, then obviously there are some processes, and before going to the processes, following the processes, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare ourselves, because without preparing ourselves, how can we be able to do good to the people? First of all, we have to make ourselves capable. And believe me, everybody has potentiality. Every man, every woman has that kind of potentiality to enhance their skills, enhance their knowledges, and enhance their physical, mental, and on the greater whole spiritual capability to do good to the world, to enhance their skills, their dexterity, and their mindset. Okay, the main thing is their mindset, to enhance their mindset, uh, to do good to the society. Because whenever a person takes a decision to be a monk, or whenever a lady takes a decision to be a nun, that's a very good decision, and that comes one in a crore people, that that person is ready to sacrifice his own personal life, own pleasures of life, for the greater good, for the greater good of the society, for the greater good of the humanity, and for the greater good of the universe. As we all know that in this universe, our Gurudeva, Sri Sri Anandamurti ji, he has not only talked about human beings, he has also talked about the welfare of all the animals, all the plants, all the reptiles, all the life forms that has came into existence. And apart from that, he has also talked about universalism. We talk about humanity, then we talk about new humanism, and lastly, on the greater part, on the greatest part, I can say that we are talking about universalism, that we will take care, we will do good to all the life forms of this entire universe. So to do this, we have to first of all check ourselves to increase our capabilities, so that we will be able to do this stupendously valuable work, to do good to all. Okay. Now, what is our interest? Now, first of all, let me say that in today's world, in today's point of time, we can say that okay, I might make a build up my own career. I might make up my build up my own life, own personal life, have a family, have a big house, a big car, a fat five-figure salary. Then what's the use of working so hard and sacrificing my life to do good to the society? What's the use of that? What will I get? The thing is that obviously, from a very narrow point of view, we can think that what will I get doing good to the society or doing good to the greater whole. But if in some way we can say that we can think a bit in a rational manner, we can obviously say that if we do something for the greater purpose, for the greater good of the people, then it actually naturally becomes our duty as a human being, as a conscious human being, as an intelligent being, to do something for the overall development. If by my own effort or by any other's effort, I can serve or I can enhance the life pattern or I can develop the life of any single being, that will give me a stupendous amount of satisfaction that I have lived not only for myself. Just a minute, hold on. কার ওরটা এই যে, কোথায় গেল? Sorry for the interruption, but okay. Now, if we talk about these things, then it will give us obviously a great amount of satisfaction that we are not only doing something for ourselves, but we are capable enough, or the Lord Almighty has given us that kind of opportunity or capacity to do something for the greater good of people. Okay. Now, the thing is that psychology says that, okay, uh, spirituality, let us talk about something very in a way that that gives us a very clear cut vision of this. Suppose we know that if we do good to the people, we will be happy. If we do good to the people, we will serving God. If we do good to someone, then it is a very good work. We all, everybody, we know these things. Okay. But actually, if we put this in a very, very clear cut and a very practical approach, then we can also say that there is a particular thing that gives us a very much good feelings of satisfaction. If we good to the people, if we do good to somebody, and if we then do these things in a very selfless way, in a very in a way that we don't expect anything from that, then that part, that work of action or that good deed gives us such a nice pleasure that is undescribable, that we cannot express. How? Because doing good to someone in a selfless way helps us to secrete a hormone called dopamine from our brain, and that which the feel of that thing, after the secretion of that dopamine hormone, the feel of that thing gives us immense pleasure. Now, you can say that, okay, for the greater part, for the development of humanity, for the doing good to the humanity, we are not doing these things. But for your own self feelings, for your own self good things, if you do something for someone selflessly, you can taste it, you will feel very good. That is okay, that is a part of it. In a very practical or mundane, in a very materialistic way, I am trying to describe these things. Apart from that, we the people who are in the path of renunciation, we if we the people who do a little bit of sadhana on a regular basis, we the people we who believe of particular path or a particular way to reach our goal, to attain the supreme, we can feel that doing good to people, that gives us not only that gives us immense pleasure, but that elevates us from our level to our next level, to a higher level, and that can make any human being to a superhuman being, not by force but by the power of love. Okay. Now that is the prelude, or that is just a starting. Now, apart from that, being an ideal monk, who can be an ideal monk, that is the main chapter for today for discussion. Now let's come to the that main part. Here our Gurudev Sri Sri Andamurti ji has given some very very clear cut ideas that who can be a very good monk, or which woman can be a very good nun. Okay, here I am talking about in terms of a person or a man, but that implies both to male and female, both man and woman. Okay, so for the ease of talking, I am taking instance, I am telling just a man. Okay, but implies both to man and woman, male and female. Now, what is that? Ideal monk. An ideal monk is the one who has taken the oath only to please Parama Purusha. So Parama Purusha is the creator. He has created us all. He has given us this life. He has given us this power. He has given us this intellect to think and act. So we are his creation. He is the creator. So it becomes our duty to please the person who has created us, who has given us this life, who has given us this body, who has given us this privilege to see, to feel, to hear his beautiful creation and to experience it in such a very different ways, in a such a varieties of ways. Now, how to please him? Who is the creator? The creator, he has created each and everything. He has created a lot of things. He has created everything and he has given us everything. So how can he please us? We can't please us by giving him or gifting him something or offering him something. The only way to please him is to do good to his other creations. How we can do to good to his other creations? By dint of our intellect, by dint of our selfless service, by dint of our sacrifice, and by dint of our uh, physical, mental labor, we can do good to his other creations. Only that Parama Purusha, who is our creator, he will be very happy with us. And believe me, if he becomes happy with us, he will love in such a way that we will want to get that love, to get that affection again and again and again, and we will keep on doing those services, those things again and again, so that we can get his love, his affection, his attention again and again. He is actually, he is very much attentive towards us. He is watching us, he is listening to us, he is feeling us all the time. But we will feel, actually we will realize how close we are if we go through the path which is directed by him. So to please Paramapurusha, the aim of life of this kind of monk is to dedicate himself only to fulfill the desire of Mahasambhuti. Now, who is Mahasambhuti? Mahasambhuti is such a thing, such an object. Well, we can't actually explain who is Mahasambhuti. Mahasambhuti is the entity that comes from that Parama Purusha, that supreme consciousness who takes the help of five fundamental factors and take a body, who comes to the earth to teach us, to show us the right path, how to live our life. Okay, he teaches us the path for our overall development. He teaches us the path for our advancement. He teaches us the path for our enlightenment, for our elevation from humanity to divinity. So it becomes our duty to please him, to be with him. Now the thing is, he is Taraka Brahma. Who is Taraka Brahma? When the supreme consciousness, we call it Parama Brahma, that has no form, okay, no physical form. But when that supreme entity or the supreme consciousness takes the helps of five fundamental factors and comes down to this earth with a human structure or a human form to teach us, to show us the correct path, and to relieve us from all sorts of miseries, we can call him, we call him actually Taraka Brahma. Tarak Brahma means a person who has came for, actually in Bengali we call say a term that is called Tran. Tran means to relieve us, to relieve us, to save us. He is the ultimate savior. Without him, we will never be in the process of taking ourselves to the higher levels of spirituality, to the higher levels of humanity, and obviously to the higher levels of being a pure or pious entity. Now, this type of monk, the monk which we talk about becoming in our Ananda Margo, is recognized as Avadhuta. Avadhuta, the word Avadhuta actually literally means sannyasi. Okay. So, as because the complete, why Avadhuta? Because the term Avadhuta, Avadhut or Avadhuta, it refers to a person who completely Avadhuta to the male renunciates and Avadhutika to the female renunciates. Okay. Now, Avadhuta is a term which explains that Avadhuta means a complete surrender in the hands of Paramapurusha. That means my life, my body, my intellect, my physical capacity, my looks, okay, and my youth, my every part of the body, interior and exterior, my bones, muscles, nerves, membranes, blood vessels, each and everything that does not belong to me, that belongs to you. You are the creator, you have created us, you have created me in this way, and as you are the creator, everything which is me, this whole existence, that is me. Till that I'm calling it, this is me, this is I have done this, I did this. Actually, this is not me, this is you. You are doing whatever you are doing. The medium is this body, this existence, and something which is inside this body, the consciousness. So the Paramapurusha, and we have dedicated our life totally towards Paramapurusha and has become a renunciate. Well, I'm using the term renunciate over here, but in Andamargo, we cannot fully call us a renunciate, because a renunciate is such a person who leaves this mundane world, who goes to the mountains or to the caves or to the jungles and sits and does meditation, and then he tries to attain moksha, or the ultimate liberation or salvation. But this is a very good thing. I feel very proud and happy to say that in our Anandamarga philosophy, our Gurudev Sri Anandamurti ji, he has said that whoever does these things, whoever leaves this civilized world and goes to the mountains or caves or in a very lonely place and does meditation and goes for his own self emancipation, that person is a spiritual capitalist. That person is totally self oriented person. He is a selfish person. Why? Because the Almighty, the Supreme Consciousness, has given you this body, this human form, which is considered the best capable life form of earth till date, okay, which has got intellect. By dint of the intellect of human brain, human beings now, they are the master of this world. They are mastering over the land, over the water, over the sea. They are mastering over such a huge animals like elephant. They are mastering over such huge animals like blue whales, and they are doing such a tremendous advancement in technology. So our Gurudeva says that if we have got this body, this human form, this intellect, this capability of thinking independently. See, the other animals, they go by instinct. When they are hungry, they feed. When they are feel sleepy, they sleep. When there is season, they reproduce. But human being is the only life form in the face of this world that can think independently, and that can, and who can do something with their independent thinking, and who can develop their positions by dint of their own skill and dexterity. Suppose there is a heavy rain over there, the animals, they take shelter under a tree or go inside a cave. But only the human beings, the Almighty has given them such a strength of character and the strength of brain that they have made houses to take shelter, to save themselves from this scorching sun or this rain or this thunder showers, etc., etc. Just for example, I hope I'm not making this a bit boring, or I'm not stretching it. Okay. In between the sentences, there are some instances. If I give these instances, that becomes a little bit clear. Though I am very much sure that all of you are very much aware and very much well educated and quite wise. Still, well, if this is an interactive session, so it feels good if I can talk in this way. So therefore, a life of renunciate, therefore, till death he is associated with the ideology. Now, till death, we are associated with the ideology that has been given us by our Gurudeva. He is an ideal monk. What kind of ideology? Now, the ideology that we follow in Ananda Attamokhartham Jagathitaya cha. Attamokshārtham Jagathitaya cha. We will do some spiritual practices, some sadhana, some meditation for our own development, for the development of our body, of our mind, of our soul. Along with that, we have to do some selfless service to the humanity, to the world, to the universe at large, so that that gives us immense joy and pleasure. Along with that, that work pleases Paramapurusha, who is our creator. Because a creator feels most happy when he sees that his creation is happy, his creation is safe, his creation is doing good. So if the Paramapurusha, if our ultimate creator sees that his one creation is taking the responsibility of the well-being of his other creation, it gives him immense pleasure, it gives him immense happiness, and undoubtedly his blessings will come like a shower or heavy downpour, and that will drench us all the time. Now here, no matter what obstacles come into this path, the monks, the idea monks, they can or never get distracted. No matter what kind of obstacles, be it physical obstacle, mental obstacle, some spiritual obstacle, some greed, some anger, some lust, and anything, some laziness, whatever comes in his way, that will not distract him from his path. Okay, this is for sure. Who is an ideal monk? He will not, or he will, or she will not get distracted from his path. We can also say that if some obstacles come, well, once a great sage of India, Swami Vivekananda, said that the day you are not facing any trouble, you will definitely think that that particular day you are not going through a right path. See, what a stupendous word he has, or stupendous sentence he has said, that the day you are not facing any trouble, that particular day you are not traveling in the right path. So it will obviously give us a tremendous mental strength, that whenever we are facing any trouble, whenever our mind is getting distracted, or whenever we are facing any kind of obstacle, we will surely know that yes, we are on the right path, so the obstacles are coming. Had we been on the wrong path, there would have not any kind of obstacles to deter our growth. So the obstacles come to deter our growth. Not only to deter our growth, obstacles, we can take obstacles as boons also, because due to obstacles, obstacles, we can have the zeal, or willpower more to overcome it and to make our speed faster. Okay, we can accelerate our speed. See, when there is a flow of water, a river, if a blockage is there, then the river water, it tries to break through the blockage, and it finds its way in any way or the other, or it stumbles up and jumps over the pebbles and jumps over the rocks, and its speeds become faster. So whenever obstacles come, we will have to take it as the boon, as the blessings of the Almighty, that will teach us how to overcome that obstacle, that will increase our knowledge, increase our wisdom, and that will make us more powerful to accelerate our growth in the right direction, in the right path. Okay, now, so he will never get distracted. He takes his each breath in such a vibration that his body, his mind, his soul are not his, but they are all for Paramapurusha. So when a monk who is an ideal monk, a person who is an ideal renunciate, he actually, there is nothing for him. His whole body. Now, suppose he's eating something. Each and every morsel of food he's taking inside his mouth, that is for Paramapurusha. Each and every breath he is taking, he's inhaling, he's exhaling, that is for Paramapurusha. He is blinking of his eyes, he's sleeping, he's taking bath, he's wearing a dress, he's going somewhere, he's meeting something. Whatever he is doing, there is nothing that he can claim of his personal or private thing. Everything is for Paramapurusha. Suppose a person who is meditating, or who is helping somebody, who is giving doing something of relief work, who is helping somebody, or who is giving a good advice, whatever he is doing, he must, or he thinks in a way that this is the work of Parama Purusha. In this way, if a wounded man has come to me, I am dressing up his wounds. That means I am being given the privilege to serve Parama Purusha through this wounded man. His way of thinking becomes like this. If he is teaching some children, some poor children, then he thinks in a very joyful way. He thinks that, well, I am talking to these little children, I am teaching these little children. In this way, I am serving Paramapurusha, I am doing his work. Okay, there is now a little bit of a little kind of a pinch of ego inside him. He is always thinking that I am doing good, I am serving my the Almighty, I am serving my Creator, and in this way I am pleasing him, and I am getting more and more close to him. That's why inside that monk, a continuous vibration of the supreme entity flows through. Whenever he thinks that he is uh, the son, or he or she is the son or daughter of Paramapurusha, and whatever he is thinking, whatever he is doing, whatever he is feeling, whatever he is thinking, and whatever he is planning to do is for Paramapurusha, is only for Paramapurusha, and is only to serve Parama Purusha or his creator, then a strange and strong and a very positive vibration and reverberates inside him, that gets created inside him and reverberates inside him, which slowly comes outside his body, and we can feel, or anybody can feel, an aura of very strong positive vibration around that person. Whenever somebody comes to that person, he will be at peace. Whenever somebody talks to that person, that other person will be at peace, will feel a very cool and calm and serene atmosphere inside him, talking to that, with that kind of person. And believe me, these things happens, these things really happens. And his mind always remains in close proximity with Paramapurusha. So, and he realizes that his birth took place only to work for the mission of Paramapurusha. Then, while doing this, he will slowly but eventually he will realize that he has taken birth only to do the work of Paramapurusha. He is the chosen one. He has got a mission in his life, and he has been handpicked by Paramapurusha to do his work. He has that kind of privilege, he has that kind of honor, that he has been chosen by Paramapurusha directly to do his work. He is not an ordinary person. He is a special person. He is a chosen one. He is far apart from other people. He always remains engaged in those actions through which the holy desire of the supreme entity can get implemented in reality. So he, now the more he realizes these things, the more he engages in himself in those kind of, or in those kinds of thoughts, words, actions, and activities which gets him more close to Paramapurusha. He keeps himself busy in meditation. He keeps himself busy in serving the poor people, the disabled people, the downtrodden people, and the downtrodden humanity. He also keeps himself busy by serving not only human beings but all the creations of God around him, around his world. He does relief work. He risks his own life to serve other people, to save other people, and he is not afraid of losing his life or getting hurt anywhere, anytime. He is ready to sacrifice his life to do selfless service to the greater part of the world, to the humanity, along with doing his spiritual practices on a regular basis. So he becomes very much successful in the life of renunciation, and his physical death practically gifts him with immortality. Now, this kind of person, when he lives this kind of life, first of all, he becomes happy. He is very happy and very contented all the time, because he can feel the strong vibration of Paramapurusha inside him while serving him, doing meditation and doing some selfless service to the greater part of the world, to the humanity. That gives him the strong positive vibration that Paramapurusha is always around him, is always looking after him, is always taking care of him. And believe me, when a person, when this kind of a monk is doing something, and a huge mountain like obstacle comes in front of him, with his desire, with his zeal, with his strong will, he can cover up, or he can demolish any kind of obstacles in a very easy way, and help comes from different angles, from some very uncanny angles, which later he realizes that the blessings of Paramapurusha, the power of Paramapurusha is working behind him, which is guarding him, taking good care of him, and which is clearing up all his obstacles. That gives him more pleasure. Tears roll down from his eyes, and he devotes himself more and more to the work of Paramapurusha. And finally, after living this kind of life of an ideal monk, when ultimately his death comes, he feels very happy. Now, I've read a poem of Robert Frost. The name of the poem was "Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening." Here, the story goes like this: a man is on a horse-drawn carriage, and he's walking. The carriage is going through a forest. That was winter time, and everywhere there is snow and chill in the wind, and you know very cool wind is blowing on. And that person who is driving that carriage, he is very happy seeing that raw beauty of nature. But at the end, he thinks that this is not the time to enjoy the beauty of nature. He has got a lot of work to do. Finally, he can take rest. The last three lines goes like this: but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So there is an internal meaning and an apparent meaning of these three lines. The apparent meaning is that, well, I can't see now enjoy the beauty of nature because I have to go a long way and I have a lot of work to do. And the internal meaning is that that I have promises to keep. I have made some promises to Parama Purusha. Being his creation, I have taken the responsibility to dedicate my life for some very good work to the humanity. So I have some promises to keep. And finally, I will travel a long path. I will do a lot of work because, well, I can also say that I will do nothing. Parama Purusha will do his work through me. I am the medium, and he will do whatever he desires through me, and he will do some very good things, very positive things through me for the overall development of this universe. And finally, it will be my time for sleep. I will sleep, and a very sweet sleep. I when well Here comes another word of the great saint Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda once said that I'm not this body, I'm in this body. Then who am I? So finally, when this our unit entity, our unit consciousness will leave our this physical body, it will move towards Paramapurusha, and finally, someday, in a pious moment, we'll get merged to him. So in this way, whenever our entity will get merged to the Paramapurusha, the supreme consciousness, we will be immortal. Death will never be able to touch us. Death will never be able to annihilate us. This is the life of a monk. This is the gift we will get, the ultimate and the supreme gift that we will get from Parama Purusha, which is matchless. Okay, so this much for today. What I have conceived, whatever I have perceived, I'm sharing it with you. Hope I will get some very valued suggestions and advices from you people all. I don't know whatever I said. I don't know I could relate to you or not, but I'm very much happy that you have people have given me this privilege to talk to you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dada.
Thank you so much, Mohanda.
You're welcome.
Really, you have delivered so brilliantly. So that's why he has elaborated the essence of monk life. So it's a clarion call to all of you. Please try to be an ideal monk and
Monk and
inspire
nun, both.
others. Anything.
Anything. Okay,
Sacrifice your own
mankind.
life for the greater cause of our society and inspire all, motivate all, and by this we can serve the society well. So thank you so much, Mohanda. Hopefully,
You're welcome, Dada.
you will all be satisfied by this talk or videos. And I requested to all of you, please do something for our society, for the greater cause of humanity. Thank you all. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. By our earnest request.